Rudy Giuliani is currently in the midst of a disciplinary hearing with the D.C. Bar. The D.C. Bar has been investigating Rudy Giuliani and his totally bogus lawsuits that he filed to overturn the 2020 election result, with a specific emphasis on Pennsylvania. And on Thursday, things got really, really bad for Rudy Giuliani in this disciplinary hearing, which, for the record, the disciplinary hearings have not ended. Okay, we still have a long way to go. But on Thursday, it was reported that one of the members of the disciplinary committee said that Giuliani likely violated at least one attorney practice rule while embarking on his bid to overturn Joe Biden's 2020 win in Pennsylvania. Violated at least one attorney practice rule. It's also been reported that this committee member recommended the permanent revocation of Rudy Giuliani's law license for Washington, D.C. Now, the D.C. Bar cannot revoke Rudy Giuliani's law license everywhere. They can only do it for their specific bar jurisdiction, if you want to call it that. However, a revocation of Giuliani's law license in one area would, of course, give more credence to other state bar associations that also might be looking into Rudy Giuliani's behavior with filing these knowingly fictitious lawsuits. Now, the bar had already said that Giuliani had, quote, weaponized his law license to bring frivolous action in an attempt to undermine the Constitution. In addition to that, they're now saying, at least one member, yeah, you violated at least one rule that I can point out right now. Oh, and by the way, we're not done yet. We've got maybe another week or two to go before this actually reaches its conclusion, and by then, maybe there's going to be more violations. Giuliani could be let off with a warning, or, as I said, he could lose his law license, no longer practice law in Washington, D.C. But to be honest, even if Rudy Giuliani were to lose his law license everywhere in this country, it's likely not going to affect him at all. Even though he has, of course, filed lawsuits in recent years, he hasn't been a real practicing attorney. The last thing he did was represent Purdue Pharma from lawsuits back in 2006. He negotiated a pretty generous settlement for the pharma companies, not for the victims. But other than that, he hasn't really done anything with it, so it's not really going to change his life if he loses it. It will, however, just further tarnish his reputation for all of eternity. And when you think about why this is happening, that makes that even sadder. Rudy Giuliani himself had nothing to gain from filing these lawsuits. He had to have known, and this is pretty much the primary focus of the disciplinary hearing, he had to have known he wasn't going to win. He knew he was filing these lawsuits with no evidence to back up any of his claims. So it's not like he was going to win notoriety for being the lawyer that overturned the 2020 election. He knew that wasn't going to happen. So what did he have to gain out of this? Maybe curry more favor with Donald Trump? Well, that didn't happen. Because last we heard earlier this year, Trump still hasn't paid Rudy Giuliani his legal fees for doing all of this. So you effectively did it for free. You got scammed by Donald Trump. You're likely going to lose your law license in at least D.C., probably New York as well. All for what? All for what? You threw your lot in with Donald Trump, and as I have said 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 times more, nobody that throws their lot in with Donald Trump gets a happy ending. And Rudy Giuliani is learning that right now, the very hard way. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.